In this video, I'm going to continue breaking down the editing style that I did in the previous video as well. If you're interested in that sort of an editing style, you can watch that video even after you watch this one. So it's completely random. And of course, the editing style is from this person called Julián Alborna. Now his content is in Spanish, but we're just going to use his content as a reference to break down the motion graphic style that he has in his real edits. So let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so we're going to get started with the part 2. So in this one, we're going to cover this animation that you see right here. Now, of course, we will be using a different image and a different concept, but the whole overall edit or the idea or the style of this edit, I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. So let's go ahead, add in our Fusion composition. Right-click, open in Fusion page. Let's drag in our background, connect this with the media out. Now make sure to also download the assets from the link in the description. Now let's drag in this library image, connect this with the background, and make sure to cover the whole screen. And also go ahead and add in this color corrector and change the saturation to 0. So now let's move this right here and add in the image for Irvin. And let's go ahead and change this to 1.5 and position this somewhere around here. Now, go ahead, add in this transform node, and also do one more thing. Add this image again and connect this with the merge to, and also select the merge to, press Ctrl C, and then right click and then click on paste settings. Now let's go ahead, add in this rectangle, connect this with the media in 3, change the width, and let's go ahead. And also let's increase the height. And now let's move this right here. Actually, let's move this right here. So this will be the upper part of the head. So right where we have this center of the head, you can just position it. And now let's drag in another mask. You can copy the settings from here, press Ctrl C, right click on the rectangle tool and click on paste settings, and then connect this with the media into. But this time we're going to just bring this right here. And now all you need to do is just make sure that this is connecting right here. So make sure there are no blank spaces. So this looks good. All right. And now we're going to use this merge 3 to move this head up. So that's the idea. But before we do that, let's go over to the transform and let's go over at 0, create a keyframe, add size and add center. And let's go over at 20, change this to 1.2. And let's change this to pressing, move the Y up, and let's say 0.55. And then right here at, let's say 50, right here at 50, we're going to move this up. So don't overdo it, but just somewhere around here. All right, and now where we have this movement at 20, at the 20th keyframe, go over to merge, create a keyframe at center, and then go all the way to 50. And let's move this up right here. All right, now let's go over to spline and select all the keyframes that we have right here. And hit S on the keyboard. So let's see how this looks. Perfect. All right. All right, now once we have this, let's go ahead and add in this box image, connect this with the merge 3, and let's reduce the size, move this in right here in the center where we have this gap between the head. And we're also going to do the masking for this. So let's go ahead, add this rectangle mask, but let's connect this with the media in. And let's increase the width and the height. All right, and we need to match this according to how we have these right here. So for example, this one, we were moving in from 20 to 50. So what we need to do is we need to create a keyframe at rectangle 3, which is the mask, at center, and then right here at 20, we need to go over to the rectangle and then change the Y. So that's it. And if you play this, Right now you will see that this doesn't look good because we do need to make some adjustments. So you can either go more lower at the center in the Y, but one way to do that is to do it keyframe by keyframe. So for example, right here, make sure this is not visible. Then at 30, make sure this is not that visible. But you can just match it with the head, the movement of the head, basically. So that's only to do it in a more accurate way. And then at 45, that's it. And you can, of course, change the soft edge a little bit and see how this looks. All right, so now you will see this looks nice. And then finally, we can add the cat because this is the Schrodinger's cat. So, which is supposed to be in a box, and that's what we're doing. But we don't know if it's alive or dead. But that's the point. But anyways, you can just position it right here and then also change the blend like this so that you can see, you can show that, okay, the cat is inside the box. And for that, once we have this in, we can go over at 50, create a keyframe at blend, and then let's go maybe at 70, create a keyframe. Then the one at 50, let's just change the blend to 0, and that's it. So this is the overall animation done. But one final thing that we can do is we can add some, you can say, lines that we saw right here in the original, you can say, animation. Right here, you will notice that we had these lines and these were coming in and they were moving this up. So that's what we also need. So let's go back and let's go ahead, add in this background twice. And also let's go ahead and add in these rectangle twice. Let's go ahead, connect this with the merge and this one as well. Change the background color to white for both. Let's connect them with the rectangle mask. All right, so for this one, let's increase the width, but decrease the height to, let's say, 0.0001. All right. And now we're just simply going to use this to move around. So for example, right here at 20, actually at 0, let's go ahead and position this right here. Create a keyframe at center. Okay, don't create a keyframe, but make sure to copy this first. So press Ctrl C to copy and then right click on this rectangle and paste it so that we can have this second line as well. So you will notice that we have these lines right here. But if you think that they are not that visible, you can go over with 0.005 for both of these. So let's do that. And now they are visible. Okay, so let's create a keyframe for the first mask at center at 0. Do the same thing for this one as well. And then once we have the zoom in, we can go ahead and move this up right here. And then this one, we can bring this down right here. But we do need to make sure that we are at the position where this head is going to move up from. So for that, we need to check, okay, so this is the position right here. So we need to make sure to go right here at 20. So let's do that. All right, so we are at the right position. Now all we need to do is go over to this rectangle 5, make sure the keyframe is selected, and now we're just going to move this up according to this head. That's it. But right now you will notice this won't look good. Make sure that this is right here where the head is ending. And then let's go over to the spline, and from here let's select our rectangle 5. And with these two keyframes, let's hit S on the keyboard. And this one, let's bring this down. Okay, so there is a problem that we will face right here. So let's undo it, because right here, we should create another keyframe before we start the keyframe. So let's create a keyframe right here. And now let's select this one and let's select this one and hit S on the keyboard. And this one, let's move this down. So now let's see how this looks. All right, this is much better. But let's go ahead and remove this, reduce this. All right, this looks good. Now you will notice this looks good. Yep. Okay, so here you can see we have the animation done. Okay, so one final thing that I'm going to add is the camera shake that we did in the previous video. So I'm just going to copy the settings from here. By the way, if you haven't seen that video, I will add a link where you can go ahead and watch that. But even if you don't, you can just go ahead and search for camera shake right here by pressing Control space, and just search for camera shake, add this in, and then you can just use these settings that I have right here.
So I hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one. And in the next one is going to be continuation of this same sort of breakdown that I'm showing you, but the only difference is in the next one is going to be all 3D. So it's going to be a 3D technique that I learned while I was breaking down this editing style. So stick around for that one because that's going to be quite interesting. So see you in the next one.